Okay, this is the remainder for Miss Diamond DeShields. Okay, it went into part 2 because I had to put a pause in, but that's why it's a part 2, because I had to continue. So let's just finish up Miss DeShields for you. So in the first row, it was a killing of someone. The third row is a funeral, and the middle row is just relatives, friends, or people you know, relatives or friends, anything like that. If in the middle is nobody, nothing as far as in the middle go with your life any kind of way, or none of your family's life, it could be just somebody in general that you know though. Okay, so we have with the first row, it was a killing some kind of way. If not the future, or however it's going, okay? The past, present, or future, okay? So we have that somebody like the grandstand. So out of the person that you know that was killed, or it haven't happened yet, somebody who the person was dealing with, like the grandstand, and the person you know felt like it wasn't kosher, okay? Person you know was in no man's land there with this person, right? So we have some kind of way the person you know was going on a hiatus, right? So God, just like the person you know, the way he or she was or is, right? So we have this next card. Frame your life by knowing, not believing. And got a name here. So I'm going to put this with the obituary. Frame your life by knowing and believing. So when you usually write an obituary, you put all kind of information in that you know as far as the person, and you definitely frame the person because you have like a portrait front and center, okay? And then you have their name also at the bottom. So let's put that over there. So let's just go with this next set. Okay, the person you know, somebody, whoever it was, who came after a person that you know, right? It don't have to be a family member, a friend, a neighbor, whoever, right? Somebody, right? That you know. It only have to be somebody that you know a whole lot about, but just somebody you know of. There's people that I know of, or I've met them before, whatever. I don't know them deep down and know everything about them, but I know their face, I know their name, I might know who their sister or brother is. So it don't have to be somebody in your family, but whoever this person is, who something did happen to, or is to come, or whatever's going on here. Well, we had a culprit asking the person that you know, did you do it, or will you do it? Because the person that's the culprit was tired of trying to impress the person you know. Follow me? The next card is, can we really be friends? And this card means no, okay? So the person that is the culprit feel like the person you know and the culprit cannot really be friends. So God is talking out to the culprit with this other side of the card. What is the cost of a life? That is, this phrase is said to make the person think before taking somebody's life away. What is the cost of a life, culprit? Because I don't know the person's name, so I'm going to say culprit. Okay, so this person feel like the person you know life is worth 0 because the person want to take the person's life away that you know, okay? Because we have right here that the culprit needs the person you know to feed the culprit. Okay, a job or whatever's going on here, right? And the culprit is getting upset, follow me? Steaming, mad. Okay. A friend, he or she will try to stop your wedding. Okay, so let's put this in the middle. So a friend, he or she will try to stop your wedding. So we might have somebody who want to get married, want to get together, because I did see a ring card, remember? Somebody you know might be getting married, but some friend or person of the person who getting married might want to come in between and try to stop it. Anything like that. So we got different things in the middle part. So if none of that go with you, just don't even pay it any attention. Oh, I just have to say the cards. Okay. Over here with the person you know, one or the other was focused on the other person's sexuality. So it could be where the strength of the other person, that the person is strong, if not actually, the person's sexuality as far as being straight or not, because I don't see any gay cards in there. So I'm going to say the strength of the other person. Follow me. Let's put that there. So it's a bunch of willing liars that was taking the person you know for a joke. So the person you know had to start loving the person's self, because the culprit was jacking the person you know up in the collar, or taking a person's money that you know, or begging a person for money you know. So we have the person you know went somewhere and thought it was going to be nice and decent, but it was negative once the person you know got there, right? So it made the person you know get in his or her emotions and feelings, or the culprit. Okay? So the person you know might get put in water. Don't have to. Follow me? So let's just flow. Or just be in his or her emotions. Follow me? Why did I believe you? The person you know is saying to the culprit, why did I believe you? Because the person you know got isolated by the culprit. Follow me? But the culprit is going to reside in front of a judge and get all tensed up when it's all over with. So we have right here, this is a rape card. So we got rape took me here sexually. So if we have somebody who you know is not a straight person, rape took the person there sexually to be the way the person is. Follow me? If the person gay. If it's nothing like that, we're going to turn it around. The person you know, the culprit told the person you know to get up, because the culprit looked at your the person you know as saw that the person can run all over the person you know, and stole the person you know money or property. Okay? So the culprit chuckled about it at some familiar place that the culprit was familiar with, I guess. Comfortable place. The person you know was nervous. Follow me? So we also can take this over to the funeral home. Wait a minute, do I see the lighthouse? Let's just see. We already got a place for the funeral home. The lighthouse would be considered a church. Let's just see, did I see the lighthouse? Oh yeah, we already got a place. Okay, let's fly. I gotta take it back over. So the person you know was nervous because the person you know went to some place, a relaxation place. Could be apartments. It could be any place. It could be work, whatever it is, some place, right? But the person you know was strong and wanted a united front with whoever this person is. That's the culprit, right? But the person you know felt like the culprit needs to respect him, right? Or her, whoever it is. Because the culprit did something by a certain date. It don't have to be the 15th, but whatever date. And that is get the person you know isolated. Follow me? Because the person you know didn't know that the culprit wanted to answer the person's burdens and felt like the person you know was a burden, right? Next card is, a friend may ask to use your card, but don't let it happen in the middle, okay? As far as friends, or stepdad is present now. He has been absent, hanging around friends and work. So we have a stepdad who is present now in somebody's life that you know, or this person who was murdered, or the culprit, or whoever, somebody's stepdad. has been absent, hanging around the corners, hanging around friends, working all the time, but he present now in the child's life maybe. So we have somebody is a witness. Put them on a witness stand, they will tell the truth as far as what happened as far as a killing. Maybe a church person. Okay, so we have right here that on a Thursday, if not a Thursday, whatever day of the week, some kind of message is going to come to the family members, some friends, or to this person in general. However it goes, right? That God say life is about not wasting of your life and time. Experience whatever and just move on and don't waste time, the precious time God gives you. Okay? Or it's just going to be where God's saying that you should not waste life, and that means take somebody's life away. So I'm going to put it with over here. If not a Thursday morning message or a Thursday it happened on, over here with the death, God saying to whoever the culprit is, life is about experience and not wasting of somebody's life by murdering a person. So I'm going to take it over this side to the funeral. If not, it being on a Thursday or getting arranged on a Thursday or whatever. God talking to the family members, life is about experience, not about wasting of God's precious time. Because morally, this person knows that he was wrong, right? So it's time to continue the person's life. It's wake up time. So maybe whoever, let me see something. Person might have got shot. I see a gun card. Wait a minute. Person was begging for the person's life. Oh goodness, it's getting worse than murder card. I'm trying to see, let me see something. Somebody could have just been in a same-sex relationship. Or, I don't see no drug cards or nothing. Some kind of job or whatever this is. Let's see. Or it could have been a gang. It could be. It don't have to be. But the clothes card in there, when you wear certain kind of clothes, I got to go with any and everybody when it comes down to clothes. Okay? So somebody going to be a place setter and testify, whoever the witness is. Maybe as far as somebody you know getting killed. So we have number 313. Turn it around to any number. That could be July, June, whatever it is, or whatever. Okay, so the person you know needed to get back to what God intended the person to be in life and stop letting the world talk for the person. Stop letting the world talk, the person's friends talk, or whatever. So maybe the person wanted to checkmate with the person's mother. One of them, the one who was murdered, or the one who is the culprit. Right? She could be a Sagittarius, fire sign, or act like it. Right? So we have right here that the family or friends or whoever related to this person gonna want life to be like it was before their loved one was murdered. Right? But then when we take it over to the culprit gonna want it to be like it was before the culprit murdered somebody that you know. Okay? Because the person you know was achy and it varied. Okay? Because the person you know was begging for the person's life, spare me, while the other person was tilting over the person. Anything like that. So we have right here that we have cops. So some cops gonna come about because of what happened. Right? Don't have to be Cincinnati, right? But whatever place the person live at. Right? But over here with the parents, they're going to be dealing with some kind of leaders, and that would be the pastor, the funeral home director, or anybody like that to make arrangements. So we got number 18, we got August 1st, we got August in general, we got a person could be 18, who it happened to, I just don't know what the 18, right? Whoever this person was, what's going to be moving the rougher matters, the person you know or the culprit, okay? Just wait. Come on and go to the meeting, the group, or the hospital. So with the parents or relatives, they had to just wait and go to a meeting or need to go to a hospital because they might have found out their loved one was in the hospital. So we have over here with this, killing, maybe if it was a gang or somebody wanted their loved one in a gang, that would be considered a group. Don't have to be. And it could have been a meeting, right? Don't have to be a gang, but I'm just trying to use whatever this is. Because it could be a job, right? But I'm just don't really see a big reason for the person. Seemed like the person was pulling out. So the person quitting a job, actual 9 to 5, you don't kill somebody for that. It has to be something bigger than that because I got a gun card in my hand. So let's just put that there. It might silly me to think that I could get to the Milky Way. So the person might have been trying to get to the Milky Way. Follow me? So we have release your loved one. You are still here. You still have life. And this is for the family when you deal with the funeral. Because your loved one or somebody it don't have to be your loved one. Whoever the person is they get killed was gay since childhood, teenhood, or whenever. Are you a man or are you a woman? Okay? So the person might eat a certain way, was talking about eating a certain way. Somebody's name could be Paul, John, or whatever the person's name is. Person could be called by both the person's name. Johnny Lackey. Get what I'm saying? Some people be called by both of their names instead of one. Or some people be called by their last name, their middle name, their first name, the first and the last name, or nickname in general, or whatever, right? So here's the gun card. So this person took the person's shot, wounded, and murdered somebody loved one, friend, or whoever, and it grossed the person out where it made him, her, or whoever your loved one or friend is, or whoever this person is, feel a certain kind of way. But the family is going to feel a certain kind of way because they're going to be feeling how they're going to be feeling from being at the funeral, and you know how that makes people feel, okay? So we have this one, a son or daughter is getting locked up. So somebody's son or daughter is getting locked up for burglary, prostitution, murder, or child battery. So somebody's son or daughter is getting locked up, and I'm going to say for murder because somebody was murdered over here. Person going to want to go home again. Maybe the person's father wasn't in the person's life, or mother wasn't in a person's life, or whatever's going on. Person might have been living with a relative or grandma or whatever it might be. I'm trying to work it. I don't see any drugs on the table. I don't think I saw them going down the hall. That's when somebody won drugs or something like that. But I can actually take it to going down the hall and being depressed and all as far as the funeral. So let's just flow a little bit. Okay, universe, what we have? Let me get a little bit more for you, and we don't need it. Oh yeah, coconut spasm, coconut spam, coconut spasm, coconut. Somebody might like coconut. Like coconut, or we're dealing with black and white, because coconuts are brown on the outside, white inside, right? So might need to apologize. I moved it on too crazy. Yeah. Person need to apologize. Let me just get a little bit clean so I won't have it dragged out for you. Mr. Shield. Okay. You will think all about it. And it for Mr. Shield. Stop. Okay, here we go. What's the flow? Somebody need to apologize. This person over here who murdered somebody. Because God said this person feel like this person had no way out, was restricted for some reason. So, Okay, somebody was searching on the internet some kind of way as far as something in the middle, or over here what the family was searching some kind of way, maybe on the internet to find a funeral home, or searching as far as to find out what happened, or we could just have it over here, where the person over here, the culprit, was searching on the internet or online or Facebook or whatever the person was doing, some kind of internet. Okay, do I need to prosecute? Yes, so this person was going to get prosecuted against, because God said the person was a star in the light who was murdered, okay? So this person matters not who's getting locked up. So it was hard for this person to cheer the person you know on. The culprit, it was hard for the culprit to cheer the person you know on. It was hard because the person you know was begging for the person's life. You know, it's going to say, man, give me another chance, man, no, or whatever they talk like. Because God says right here that it was going to cost the person you know. If the person you know go and be with this person. Because remember, the person you know got isolated. And the person you know said, why did I believe you? Because the culprit want the person you know to do something. Can we do it now? Whatever it is the person wants to do. Okay, it's going to cost you. God's saying it's going to cost the person you know. If the person you know go with this person to do whatever. Okay, so we have right here, peanuts and herbs are good, fish and veggies and fruit, if they are good for you, if you're not allergic. Okay, it was some guidelines, because it's plentiful. So some kind of guidelines as far as a person you know and whoever the culprit is. Maybe the person you know wasn't following the guidelines as far as some situation. Or we have something in the middle as far as like a father, a mother, a grandma, or whoever wasn't following the guidelines or need to follow the guidelines as far as the children, the household. Or we got a friend that wasn't following the guidelines like they should toward the other friend. Or we have over here with a funeral. It's going to be plentiful. That means there's going to be a lot of people there. But you got to follow the guidelines as far as what is being said to you. Okay, instill some tenderness. This culprit needed to instill tenderness, and because this culprit didn't want to water things down. So as far as the family, they're not going to be watering things down. They're not going to care if this is a teenager who did it. They're not going to care about that. They want justice. Get what I'm saying? They want justice. Okay. Okay, we got a friend again. A friend is so jealous. So these could have been friends. I'm going to put it together, these friend cards. Okay. So they could have been friends. The over here, the one who did the killing. He wasn't going to be watering things down. Okay, let's see. Okay, he might have been watching the person's house. See, with the friends. Okay. Yeah, let's just go a little bit. I thought she wasn't my friend. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull them out for a minute. So, okay, duty call for this person to do what this person did to the person that you know, the culprit, to the person you know. But duty calls for the parents or whoever related to this person to make arrangements to make a funeral happen, or in the middle with any household problems with a grandmother, a father, a stepfather, a mother, a sister, uncle, or whoever. In the middle. Okay? I think my brother-in-law is cute. So somebody think their brother-in-law is cute and crushing on a brother-in-law, and that's a no-no. So we got somebody crushing on their brother-in-law, and we already know that would be the sister's husband. Come on. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, let's just see. Where was I? Goodness gracious, where was I? Oh yeah. I'm almost finished. So the person you know was trying to find a gateway. That means actually get away, because the person was like trying to get another chance. It's like that card means like you begging for your life. Spare me. Give me another chance, man. Don't do it, man. Or whatever the person talking like. Okay? Because try to get out of this area. Or just settle it. The person you know was trying to settle it. Or just trying to get out of that area. Of danger. To find a gateway. Okay? So the next card is, why did my mother give up on me? So I don't know if one of these people, mother gave up on them some kind of way. She just wasn't available. Sometimes emotionally your parents not available. They just not in your life, or they just give up on you and decide to give you to the streets or whatever they did. Okay? I wonder who I look like. This person could be adopted or something, I don't know. Or who I act like. Well, don't have to be adopted, but maybe one of the parents not in place. Anything like that. One of these people, the culprit or the person you know. Anything like that. That's just what. Next one is, this person didn't want no excuses. Excuse my French. Because the person you know seemed like was trying to quit, pull out or something. I don't see no drugs though, so I don't know really. I don't know if it was a gang. I'm trying to figure this out, what it was the person was in. Because, let's see something. Okay. Did what the person you know did it warrant what the person did back to the person you know? So, you step on somebody, if somebody step on somebody's toe, do that mean they're supposed to kill a person? That's what this card means. You going over the top when something really wasn't that bad, but you go over the top. That means the person is, we already know that person needs some serious help, because that person got some serious problems. If somebody step on your toe and you kill somebody, you need some serious help. You need to be behind the bars, or you need to be somewhere for some help. Because if you take things that far, you need some help. Take somebody's whole life away because they stepped on your feet. So whoever this is did something. You are the person you know. It don't have to be your loved one. Whoever the person is. Somebody, friend, neighbor, somebody, cousin, somebody pulled out. Because that's all I can see is the quit card. So that's pulled out to me. Pulled out or something, whatever it was. And whoever this person is don't like it. So the person did something over the top. And over the top is kill a person. Follow me? Because we got the friend card, the friend right here. So I feel let's go with that too. I thought you was my friend. I was wrong. Because this friend really is jealous of the person anyway. Because this friend been watching the person's house. Okay? Because God say watch who you have around as your friends anyway. As far as friends, he should. Or she, or whoever this is. Or female or male, whoever I'm talking to. Okay, so, not talking to, but talking about whoever was harmed here. A friend may ask to use your car, but God said don't do it. So I don't know if the person asked to use the car and the person you know wouldn't do it, or it was a carjacking or whatever this is. This person wasn't going to be watering down this person's feelings, because this person needed to instill some tenderness toward the person you know. Because a friend, he or she or whoever this is, will try to stop your wedding. So we might hear somebody who want to get married. We might hear somebody who gay in general. Maybe the person deciding to have a wedding some kind of way then. I'm trying to go another way with it because I did see a ring card, I think, in here. I thought I did. Maybe the person don't like the idea of the person getting married. Maybe it was a third party. Or it don't have to be that. I'm just trying to work in there. Because I don't see no drugs. I don't see why the person would be trying to hurt the person. I don't see what the person really did. But quit. Get what I'm saying? Quit. Whatever it is. When you break up with somebody, you quit. So we can take it that way. Or if it's some kind of job, but I don't really see a bunch of money for it to be a job, so I can't say for sure what it is. Okay. So whoever this is wasn't going to let the person you know live in comfort. This person was going to confront the person you know. During some quaint time, it was going to be some kind of evidence as far as something, right? So, but this person is going to become a felon, though. Yeah. But God telling you, Miss DeShields, don't get involved. Or God was telling this person you know, whoever this person is, somebody. It could be a neighbor, it don't have to be a relative, whoever this is. You should not get involved. If it's a neighbor of yours or whoever, they shouldn't get involved, but you shouldn't get involved. So sometimes when people we know, we care about and all, but we can't get involved with any and everything that people we know get themselves into. You shouldn't have yourself mixed up in it. People must learn they cannot choose somebody else's mate. So it might have something to do with third party, or whatever this is, or whatever this is. Yeah. A brother is mad because somebody's making somebody their husband or their wife or whatever this is, or their girlfriend or their man. I mean, their woman or their man or whatever this is, because somebody crushing on somebody. Somebody thinks somebody cute, so it is hard holding a secret. You don't want to be in the middle. If you know a secret, you don't want to be in the middle. Or maybe this person here knew a secret and he didn't want to be in the middle, or she, or whoever this person is. So I'm going to leave it alone because I know it dragged out a little bit by somebody. I don't know if it's a teenager. I don't know if it's an adult. I don't know right now. Somebody. And somebody could have lost their cushions in minutes. Could be, I can take the card a whole nother way and make it, I can turn it a whole nother way and take it as somebody need to go in counseling instead of making it a funeral parlor. Somebody need to go in counseling. Get what I'm saying? Because they drowning in a sea of feelings they can't recover from. Because they depressed and feeling all kind of ways from a leader doing something because of the guidelines. Right? The leader, see, I can take it another way. The leader took the leader's best shot, right? To tear the person's emotions down. A leader, though, a boss. I can take it another way, right? God says that you gotta release whatever, because you still have life. I can take it a whole nother way. Okay? Life is about experiencing life, not wasting of God's precious time God give you. Right? I can take it a whole nother way. Frame your life, God says. Right? And start knowing, not just believing. You're going to be dealing with a man, whoever that is. So you're going to wrap it up every time and just pray about situations, right? Because you wanted to know simply why as far as a situation. Do not blame each other for the end of a situation. In love or in your career, if it could be your career, or this could just be in love or friendship with somebody or whatever. I can take it away from death. I can take it away for a minute. Lift your heart. You cannot control how somebody feels, though. You capture the opportunity at the lighthouse, hospital, rehabilitation. That's not the counseling card, but I can say the hospital that's close to counseling. And you're going to be laughing at the oldies, doing it all together, maybe looking at your games on the internet or something like that with the internet card, because you drowned in a sea of feelings that you felt like you couldn't recover from, and that would be being let go from your team. But God said you got to focus on you. So I can turn it around from death. So I can take it, somebody with death and a funeral, or I can just take it this way. So it can go either way. So we got somebody could be 37, dealing with the number 10, dealing with July 3rd, July in general, number 10. You gotta focus on you though. If this last batch I'm saying right here is you. Right. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna take it. Okay, this is for Miss Diamond DeShields. Okay, let's see, this is your card too. Let's see, refuse to leave a neighbor. His family. So we might have somebody that's like family, refuse to leave a neighbor as family. We got somebody who like family maybe, refuse to leave a neighbor. So really, we can make that like your team would be like family, refuse to leave. You really didn't want to leave. In your mind, you refused to leave in your mind, but you had to leave and face reality for right now that you had to leave, even though you might was fighting it in your mind that you didn't want to leave, and they maybe are like your family because that was your job, okay? And you was part of that set of people for a while, okay? So I'm going to take it as that. So this is the bracelet one here to roll 9 here on YouTube. Pt.2 DeShields. I'm so sorry.